usual.
Let's see. Go here.
All right. Twitch is live.
Can you hear this?
I can hear it.
All right,
I think
cool.
they can too.
Can they hear me?
I think so. I think all the settings are good.
Go here.
We should not have any difficulties this week.
Oh shit! I
Twitch
actually forgot
is
to do one thing in
live.
GarageBand. Can you
And we
hear
have
this?
2 people in the... Well, or that could be us. Hard to tell. But if y'all are here with us on Twitch, welcome. Getting started in a minute.
I need to fix.
There we go.
Turn that off. To avoid the echo. Cool. All right, my dude. Why is
Get it, dude.
so low? This like kills me.
I'm happy now. My mic, it's like I locked it the way I like it, and I just swing it around, and it's ready to go. The camera, like everything is kind of. I'm happy with it now. I don't have to fix around. Particularly Streamlabs, the software being actually working now.
Recording in progress.
Recording in progress. Let's get it.
Right. All right, my dudes. You ready to get it popping?
Let's pop off, dude.
All right. Record here. And we are rolling. Dude, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us tonight, and we appreciate that. My name is Mark,
And I'm Vic.
and we are To Live and Talk in LA. Oh,
Hey, nice.
I'm feeling the song every episode.
I like it a little more every time. Yeah. It's
Did
growing
you
on
know
me.
we are about 20 plus episodes in?
It doesn't feel like it. It's going fast, you know. I feel like I tell people like, "Oh yeah, you know, I do a show. We just doing it for a little." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I was just thinking like we have to have done at least 15 episodes." So
If
we're
you
getting
want,
there.
if you want the exact count, I think I can give that to you.
I should probably know that. I should probably have the episode numbers somewhere as I'm launching this thing. But every time I click go live, it's just like a mad scramble to think of a title. So I never get there.
We are 20 episodes in, so this is our 21st episode. You should be so proud.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think there's like landmarks in there somewhere. You know, maybe it's not 20, maybe it's 25. We should cut a cake or something.
I think so, because people quit podcasting probably about 3 episodes in. Do you know anyone that started a podcast?
No, but I think if they only got 3 episodes in and they quit, they're not going to talk about it. You know? They're just that's like in their closet of skeletons.
I want to give us a pat on the shoulder, right there, boom, 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 to say that we are kind of iconic. I just have to say it. Like, we are kind of living legends to do 20 episodes, 21 starting today.
And we're humble. It's good to keep a balance.
And that's what makes us great.
Yeah.
I mean, we have people who do check in from time to time, whether you're live on Twitch or YouTube. You can leave us comments and we can kind of engage with you guys. But where do you think, what are some places, I think we did this a while ago, but do you know where we are most downloaded?
I would probably say the podcast app, Apple Podcast, but I don't know.
I'm going to say it better this way. Do you know what area we are most downloaded in?
If it's not Los Angeles, I'll be disappointed. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. In true LA fashion, we are our number one place is LA.
Oh, thank God.
I will do this. Do you know where our second country is at? Because we are global at this point.
I'm going to guess Turkey.
We are not.
Oh, okay. I was like, hey,
We're
shout
not.
out to my girlfriend's family, dude. Looking out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in Turkey. We are big in Germany, apparently.
Please don't say Russia. Please don't say Russia. I know. I know.
Germany.
Germany's good. Germany's cool. They're good now.
Yeah.
They're always the bad guys in the movies, but I love you, Germans. Keep it up. You guys are great.
Guten Tag is what I want to tell all the German people out there if you're
Yeah.
listening to us. I want to be able to not walk Germany when we go on our world tour.
Just getting stopped all the time. Like you just can't. We're gonna need security. That's what you want?
I want to feel like the Beatles, essentially.
I would like that too. I would like a little bit of celebrity.
hmm Uh, I'm going to tell you this that we are also downloaded in Hawaii.
Hmm. Our islander homies. Okay.
Yeah. What do you know about Hawaii?
Not a whole lot. I know they like spam. I know it's nice over there, and things are expensive because they're on an island. But that's about the most of it.
What are your thoughts on spam, though?
I like spam. My parents like spam, so they
Mhm.
passed that on to me genetically. I like spam. Uh,
I
it's
I
kind
didn't
of
know a lot of
intense.
Mexican. I didn't know a lot of Mexicans like spam. Well, I mean, a lot. I mean, your family.
Me,
I didn't think
yeah.
that was on the radar.
I don't know. It's funny because like my parents they're Costco people, and I think that's why they like
hmm
spam because they have it there, and they'll get like a 20 pack of spam to last them their entire lives or whatever. I think we're
Yeah.
still just going through it, but they'll do
Mhm.
it. My parents are really big on ham and eggs, and then they just sort of shifted to spam and eggs. I don't know why. I enjoy spam like on rice and stuff. Like I like doing it Asian style. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, the rice helps cut into the saltiness.
That's the thing. You need something because it's so intense. I
It's
can't eat a lot of
mad,
spam.
mad salty.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like, and I don't know where your thought is on this. Pho. Pho is, um, it's funny because pho was intended to be the poor person's food
I
in
believe it.
Vietnam. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's the essence of what pho is, and it's become gentrified. There is food gentrification, people, and if you don't know that, now you know. And now pho is mad expensive. It's well sought after, and if you live in LA, you probably have a favorite pho house. And I feel like spam is also being gentrified in that way, with the spam musubi specifically.
I don't know about that, dude. Okay, I have a few opinions. First of all, pho is trash. Here, I don't care. It's a hot take. Maybe it's
Yeah.
not to some of you. I am the pho hater in my group of friends. I don't know if you know this. I have a lot of Asian American friends, and they love
hmm
pho.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is. It doesn't click with me. It feels like dirty water, and they just give you raw meat, and you got to cook it in there, and then it's just like boiled water, and all they're gonna give me is like jalapenos and bean sprouts and sriracha
hmm
and hoisin sauce, and I have to make it taste good myself. Like that's not why I'm here. I am here to eat something that tastes good, and y'all figured it out and thought about it already. Like I don't want to go and have to like make it taste good. Give me
hmm
something that already tastes good. That's kind of how I feel about pho.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah. Uh, I'm not a big soup guy in general.
Mm,
It's never soup weather to this dude over here.
yeah.
It's just if and the closest I will say to I like this is ramen, and ramen is a place I will never suggest to go. Ramen and sushi are things I like in life, but I would never say, "Hey Victor, you're a cool dude who hosts To Live and Talk in LA, which can be found on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you get your podcast. I would love
Nice.
to take you out to dinner. Let's go get
Let's go
sushi
eat
or let's
soup.
get ramen."
Yeah.
You would have to be the one to suggest it to me. Pho is even lower on the list for me.
Yeah.
I will go begrudgingly and I will go, but I feel okay. Um, I feel like Pho is one of those bands that you have to say you like because everyone likes them.
See,
And
join me. Join me in the truth, dude. Okay? Fuzz whack. It's okay. We
I
can say it. We can say it openly.
I don't understand the love for Pho. It's not really my jam. It's not
Mm.
my thing. Uh, and and knowing that it was meant for poor people, I'm not turning my nose up on that, but we can't then charge $38.23 because that's where we're going with food now. We can't do that. But
Yeah.
that's what we're charging for pho.
It feels predatory. Now,
Mhm.
about soup, and I do want to still talk about masubi because I love masubi. But
Okay.
in
Yeah.
regards to soup, I do eat a lot of soup, but I think ramen is amazing. I love ramen. I used to go get ramen at least once a week. The thing is, it's also really salty and it's pretty intense, and I like it really spicy, and it just is not very good to me, right? Like
Mhm.
it's a bit punishing. But I think ramen is amazing. It's like it takes a long time to make. The broth, they're making it like overnight. It's got so much like different flavors and stuff in there. They do
Mhm.
like, the pork belly. They do like black garlic oil. They have all this stuff going on in there, and it just comes to you ready to go. I love ramen. I would go. Maybe I'll suggest it. That's why we never had ramen because I didn't know you were never going to talk about it. So I'll bring
Yeah.
it up.
Never once have you heard me say I like ramen
Yeah.
because I just it's not on my radar. I'm not again. I don't know why soup exists. When it comes to the meal portion of it, I've never said, "Damn, dude, I wish I had something hot to drink with this as I'm eating it." And there's the whole. I mean, Filipinos have soup, and it's called sabaw. The for the Rasa, the Hispanics, they make caldo, uh,
Albondigas and
and
pozole. Oh,
but I never understood when it's fucking hot and they say, "Oh, we should make pozole. It's hot," and I'm
no.
thinking,
Why?
what is why?
Yeah.
Because it's hot, I'm supposed to eat soup, which is super counterintuitive, and that's when you're telling me I need to crave it. The answer is no.
I've
I'm not gonna
never
crave it on
been
a cold weather,
I've
but
never had or known someone to say, "Hey, I want some soup on a hot day," right? My mom makes soup, but only when it rains. So we have
mhm,
soup like, I don't know, 3 times a year
yeah.
or whatever out here. On a cold day though, I'm like, "Ooh,
Mhm.
I want some soup, dude." I get that. Now, about masubi, I freaking love masubi. At these Hawaiian barbecue places, they make masubi out of like 3 or 4 different meats. I just go all
Mhm.
spam, dude. That's like my number one spam intake is masubi, and it's
Yeah.
great. You can take it to go. I've seen people bring it to like parties, like potlucks. They'll just bring a rack
Mhm.
of masubi, and I'm like, let's
Yeah.
fucking go, dude. This guy knows what's up. I
I've
support it.
done the barbecue chicken masubi. It was on the menu, and I said, okay, let's get that
It's
with the
okay.
spam wins hands down.
Oh yeah, easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know why people in Hawaii love spam so much?
No, is there a
I heard
reason?
I heard this. It's because Hawaii essentially were a bunch of savages, and
Hmm.
spam is the closest thing that tastes like human meat,
Really?
and it takes them back.
Wow, that is interesting.
Mhm.
I thought they just
Yeah.
like made it there or something, so it was like a part of the culture. But if they used to be cannibals, that's very interesting. Actually, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, I learned that through the grapevine. That's just what I heard.
Hmm.
Uh, what are your other controversial food takes? I got one chambered for you if you're not ready to
I mean,
go.
this one's easy. I like Hawaiian pizza. I hate
Hmm.
pickles. Anything with pickles, I just take them right out. And people give me a lot of shit, and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, you just haven't had the right one or whatever." I'm like, dude, I'm 32 years old. Like, I know what pickles taste like. I just don't like them, and it is what it is.
Fuck.
Back it up, dog.
Back it up, dude.
Nice. All
Dude,
right.
my sound studios are totally picking this up, and it's not my smoke alarm.
He's
It's
coming to us from a pickup truck. I know. You're in the back of a U-Haul right now.
I don't know what the fuck is that, dude. It pisses me off. I don't like avocado. Um,
Ooh.
that's a hot LA take if I've ever heard
Yeah.
one, right?
Really? You don't?
Uh, Here is my thought process on avocado. I think it's super unconstitutional for a California person to pay import prices on avocado. If I go to Chipotle and I want avocado, I have to pay extra. I'm paying the same amount as if I'm going to Chipotle in Texas or Tejas, if we want to be
Ooh,
culturally woke here.
nice.
And I don't like that. I think it's ridiculous, super overrated. If it comes in the form of dip and as guac for chips, I'll dip at it. but don't put it in my food. Not a fan of it in sandwiches. Not a fan of it in
But
my Chipotle bowl. Not a fan of it anywhere.
is it the price, or because if it was like, oh, it's just another ingredient, it's free to add it on. You're telling me you wouldn't just put it on every time?
Nope.
Wow. I have a story about avocado actually, and you're right. It is expensive. I just went to a place called Kava. Have you heard of this place? It's like a Mediterranean Chipotle.
Yes, I have, and I've gone like, a bunch of times recently.
You
Yeah.
laugh. Me too. I went twice, like last week or something. I went once. I'm
Okay.
like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I went with my girlfriend and a buddy of mine, like last weekend or something. But anyway, I went there with a friend from work, and I went and I was looking over the menu, and I'm like, when I go places for the first time, I just kind of want them to like give me your best shot, right? Like, what's the most popular thing? What do people like here? Because I don't know. Like, there's so many things. Let's see. And so they're like, oh, it's this thing for sure. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I looked at the bowls. They were all like $12, $13 or something. I'm like, all right, cool. So I ordered that. And then I get to the end of the line. It's all done. And they're like, it'll be $18.50 something. And I'm like, what? And I looked and I'm like, oh, she gave me the one thing that's the most expensive on the menu. And it's because it has avocado in it. So now every time I
See?
go there, I just basically tell them, hey, I'm going to make my own bowl. And it's just going to be the exact same thing as that popular thing. Just take out the avocado. And I save like $5. And it feels weird.
Yeah. I did the I did the chicken bowl there, but they have a very specific chicken bowl with this like elevated rice or maybe healthier rice, and I didn't know, so I paid about $18 for that same bowl of kava.
Yeah.
And I said, just hit me with the regular jasmine or white rice. So that's all I really need. And it's pretty good, but this is where my food ignorance comes into play. Is lamb really that revered where it needs to be more expensive than regular chicken?
I'll take chicken all day. Lamb's fine, but I don't like prefer lamb to chicken. I've never, I've had lamb a few times. It just feels like another meat to me.
I like lamb, but I never thought, hey, I need to pay extra for it.
Yeah, let me
In the
upgrade
form
for this lamb.
in the form of a meatball, mind you.
Oh, that's what they are. Interesting. I didn't know they were
Well,
meatballs.
there's lamb meatballs and there's the braised lamb where it's, I don't know.
That's good. I've had that. Anyways,
Not a fan of avocado.
that is a
and I
hot
like
take, dude.
and I like everything. I feel like if you take me anywhere, I'll figure it out. If you take me to pho, I'll eat
Pretty
there.
flexible.
Yeah, I can kind of just live anywhere and eat anywhere. There's not really much I can really hate on. I don't know.
See, I'm not that guy. My friends, they don't even invite me when they go to eat pho. Actually, it could be my two best friends, and they could be together and like right near my house, and they won't even tell me because they know I'm just gonna be there slandering pho the whole time. So the thing I do like about pho restaurants, though, is that they play Vietnamese music while you're there. And let me tell you, Vietnamese music is really fun, dude. It is the most confusing, odd sounding language ever, and they make it work. And honestly, props to the Vietnamese because some languages are just kind of ugly, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like, English, Spanish, French, whatever, like these are like your basic bitch languages that sound nice, right? That's what everybody can agree on. But then you have these other ones that are sort of tricky, and Vietnamese is one of those where it's just like, how do you do it? Somebody's trying, and I commend them for that.
Yeah. Are you an adventurous eater?
I think so. I think before I used to be really scared. It's this funny thing where my dad always says he doesn't like fish. He won't eat anything from the ocean. And I always just thought I didn't like fish as a kid. And then I got to college and I started eating sushi and I was like, whoa. The first time I was getting sushi, I would get the baked ones, right? And then I slowly started moving, and now I'm just eating. I can just eat the fish with nothing, no rice. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Okay.
Back it up,
Back
baby.
it up, dude.
Look at you.
The windows
think-
are open.
Because you just have to back it up every time they do that now as a
No, like
punishment for this.
Start backing, like pull it up and just
Twerk on
hit
camera.
it. Yeah, hit the twerk.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll try to work that in.
Maybe.
And that thing always throws me off. I don't even know where I was going with that.
You're
Adventurous
asking me
eater.
if I'm adventurous.
Adventurous eater. I like. Actually, I had it one time, and I don't know if I like it. It was for the experience, and this is my people's food, and I feel like you might know where I'm going with this. I'm Filipino, and there's a dish that everyone asks, "Oh, you're Filipino? Have you eaten it before?" And the
Yeah,
answer now for me, as of a year and a half ago, is yes, and it was balut.
I wouldn't eat that.
You wouldn't eat it?
See, here's the
Come
thing.
on,
I'm an
dude. Come on.
adventurous eater in the sense that like I'll try every culture's food, but again, it's like when I go to a new restaurant, give me your best shot. Don't hand me a little bird embryo. I don't want that. You know?
Yeah.
Give me some lumpia, give me some whatever else, chicken adobo maybe if I'm going to a Filipino place.
Hmm.
Don't hand me balut, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
It's a production eating it, and it looks a lot worse than it tastes. It is mad salty, so maybe we need to make a
Is it
balut masubi or
is it
something to cut.
crunchy?
It depends.
Like are
It
there
depends.
bones in it?
It depends because I guess there's two different ways to eat, or two different versions of it, which is one is the fetus forming stage, and the other one is where it's a little bit more formed,
I'm
but
cringing inside.
the
I'm like
bones, the bones will crunch. The bones will crunch when you bite into it.
that's bad.
I have a video of it. I'll post it on
I
our
don't think
Instagram.
see I don't think
Hmm?
Mexicans, I mean, I don't know. I guess we do. They eat like intestines and stuff. Like they eat like brains. But I
Hmm.
was like, I don't think we have things like that. But I mean, I guess they do. Like, there's taco trucks. There's one by my parents' house, and I'll never forget. We went there, and we're all Mexican. We came after the Dodger game. They're talking to us in Spanish, and they're
Hmm.
like, "Hey, so you guys want the tripas, right?" And we're like, "Fuck no, dude, get that out of here. We're new age. We are neo Mexican. We don't eat that type of stuff. We don't have to. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
like, just give me no carne asada, one carne asada, please. I don't need the intestines. I'm good."
I'd like the carne asada, por
Yeah.
favor.
Right.
Uh, I'll
Had to
have
check
the
that.
yeah. I'll have the al pastor,
Hmm.
por favor. Yeah, the
Yeah.
al pastor.
And I have the no shame, dude. I don't even care. I'll order the
You,
simple stuff. All good.
how about lengua?
Dude, even lengua weirds me out, but it's better.
I I fuck with lengua, bro. I
Uh,
love it. It's so good. There's this place in Vegas we went to, China Poblano. It's on the Strip. It's at the Cosmo.
hmm.
And I don't know if it was there because I feel like we went there and it wasn't on the menu. They had duck tongue tacos,
See,
and
that
it was
seems wasteful.
fine. It's
Maybe it's the
actually
opposite because you have to
it's
use
the
the
opposite.
tongue. Yeah.
You
Okay.
got
Fine.
you got to use the tongue, and I would push back and say it's not wasteful because I had
Sure.
duck tongue, and that shit melts in your mouth, dude.
Question: how many tongues are in this taco?
I
Like
would assume it's
three, four?
I don't know.
Did
That's a
you
great
see them?
question.
Were they shaped
Mhm.
like tongues, or was it just like minced meat?
It's minced meat at that point.
Question.
So like you're not
Okay.
eating like if you're looking at Twitch, it's not like that.
Because
They-
when you eat lengua, like tacos, you ever seen it? It's like a tongue, and it's like this freaking big, and you have to like peel it, and it just weirds
Mhm.
me out, right? I don't like the idea of cutting up a gigantic tongue that's the size of like a shoe, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas
No,
duck, I don't know, maybe it's different.
I love lengua, and I love the balut thing. I wasn't really. I'll eat it again if me and you go. Even if you didn't eat it, I'd eat it in front of you just to gross you out.
And it would
It,
work. I would
and
probably gag.
it's salty and it's totally whatever. And what you do is you buy meat and they put it on a skewer and then you cook it over the communal grill. It's
Hmm.
the emulate the Philippine experience.
Yeah,
Pinoy stands up, and they had chicken hearts on the menu,
I've had those.
and you had it. Okay, what are your thoughts on chicken hearts?
It's fine. I went to one of those. My internet sometimes stutters, so I didn't hear you intro this part. But I came out and you were talking about chicken hearts. So I don't know if you said this already, but I went to one of those places where it's like a Brazilian steakhouse, and they just
Hmm.
bring you out stuff, right? And I'm like, I was feasting, bro. Okay, I was like, I did not switch my card to red. Like I'm like, y'all gonna have to chase me out of here. So I'm eating, but I'm going for like the good stuff. And then every once in a while, yeah, they'd bring a skewer with a bunch of those little guys and like try to trick me into thinking this is something fancy. And I'm like,
It
yeah, okay,
is.
I'll take one. But again, it just feels like, why am I eating this? It was fine.
Mhm.
It just tasted
Yeah.
like kind of chewy meat. It
Yeah.
didn't feel special.
The worst one I can say is liver. Liver, you can't do anything with it. It just tastes like not good.
Like
But I'll
liver.
eat
People
it.
eat it. People make liver. Yeah. Someone in the chat, Oaxacans have chapulines. I hate getting their legs in my teeth. So I looked that up because I didn't know what that was talking about. Those are crickets, or excuse me, grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers.
Yeah,
I've
so that's a thing too.
I've had chocolate covered grasshoppers.
Maybe I could do that. I'd rather have a chocolate covered gummy bear all day though.
Oh, it's so adventurous.
Hey, you know what? I'm kind of wild. I thought that was crazy. I think if you tell people, "Hey, my favorite candy is chocolate covered gummy bears," they'd be like, "You're weird," because that's kind of out there.
I mean, for the 12-year-old, sure.
Okay, I'm
Chocolate
feeling
covered. I mean,
judged.
chocolate. Yeah, you are. You should be judged because that's not adventurous at all.
Okay, well,
Or
maybe I just live in this little bubble and I didn't know it, and you're popping it right now. So cool.
I mean, maybe it's because I'm a gummy bear connoisseur, as I'm
Mm.
wearing a gummy bear shirt, which you can
Oh,
see live on YouTube
true.
and Twitch, right there. See, all right, right here. I love me a good Haribo. I am a very, yeah, I love me a good gummy bear, but it can't be like those bunk ass gummy bears. They have to be legit gummy bears.
I get it. I get it. So what else is going on, man? What'd you do?
I got a Caitlin Clark T-shirt.
I heard about this. I've seen it.
Yeah, I wore it, and you saw me in it, and I was really, I I am not above getting behind the bandwagon or on the bandwagon or whatever it may be. But that chick can ball. She put women's college basketball on the map, and she joined the WNBA, got drafted #1 by the Indiana Fever. And I said, and when I found out Dick's, it's a plug for Dick's, uh,
Sporting goods.
they sporting goods. Uh, they were selling a Caitlin Clark shirt. I said, I'm in. I went to Dick's. I got the shirt, and I am a
Is there a
Caitlin
line?
Clark. No,
Did you have to downsize because everybody's just getting them? You know,
yeah, I
organization,
had to
or you
settle.
got XL? Yeah.
No, they had my size. It was
Nice.
perfect, and I like to. I'm going to take credit for this. There was a headline. I probably read this on Yahoo.com, and it was talking about how the WNBA had to fly commercial. They
I heard
flew
about that.
commercial. They didn't get chartered flights. But and Caitlin Clark was coming from college. In college, they got their own chartered flights.
They did
But
because
they
there's a
didn't
lot of
get.
money in college ball. You know, especially at a good team. Yeah,
Well, I mean, we know college is a fucking racket, and they have all the money in the world,
it's
and they
true.
make money off of sports and all these things. They can afford anything they want, but yet
Right.
people still throw money at them, whatever. But the WNBA wasn't doing it, and I posted a picture of me in the Caitlin Clark shirt, and I said, what do me and Caitlin Clark have in common? We both have to fly commercial. And about 2 days later, probably again on Yahoo.com, uh,
There's a
they
screenshot of your Instagram post.
it says Lark Me on Instagram changed the world, and they made us aware of the situation. And now the WNBA are getting chartered flights. You know what was even better was it was against the rules for WNBA teams to get chartered flights, and that means if you took a chartered flight, you would get fined. So they would
Hmm.
make these chicks fly commercial. And the best part of this is they not only had to fly commercial, but they had to pay for their own upgrades. So if they wanted business class,
Hmm.
it would have to come out of their own pocket. And the great thing about this is they showed what the #1 pick makes in the WNBA. She's projected to make about $75,000,
Wow. Hey, you can
which
rent a one-bedroom apartment with that. That's not bad in
yeah,
LA.
and hopefully you can make it with the $5,000 down deposit
Yeah.
on the security deposit. But I mean, thank God she's in Indiana, but she signed her own $8 million.
Yeah, she's doing okay.
She's doing all right for herself. But the #1 pick before her was not getting an $8 million Nike deal.
That's my
Well,
question. So, real quick, if we can pause, because I want to
mhm.
learn, okay?
Yeah.
I have not watched any actual real gameplay of Caitlin Clark, okay? So, is she just
Hmm.
like dusting everybody out there or what? Because how is she so much such a phenomenon comparatively? Because there's always a first round pick, or there's always
Yeah.
a first pick. Like, but
Mhm.
she's like a sensation. Is it
Uh,
because, like, what's the deal?
uh,
She's just really,
most
really good?
She's really, really good. If I had to draw you a comparison, like Steph Curry.
Really?
has the moves,
Damn.
shakes him, hits the step back with the hezzy,
Mm.
and then the defender can't recover, makes the three. Easy money. She's a great passer, and she's shooting logo threes
Mm.
as a like it's not really common for a woman to be shooting from the logo
Yeah.
because the WNBA three-point line is closer than the men's, but she's shooting beyond the men's line and at the logo, and she's drilling it at a high clip, and it's impressive. It's not just like this ironic, oh my God, like look at like this girl boss go. Like she is a bad bitch on the
She's pretty
court,
good. Yeah.
and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of watching her, and if she, when she comes to LA to play the Sparks, I think the nosebleeds are about $400, and I'm not gonna
That
pay
sucks,
that.
man. Maybe we know someone with a box. They'll probably
Mhm.
be there. But I mean, maybe like the second time they come back or something, we can sneak in there. I think it's gonna. Maybe I'm a pessimist. I think it's gonna fizzle out a little bit. Like I think like, you know, 3 quarters into the season, maybe we can get in there. Maybe it'll be easier. You know, because I would like to go.
It might be like the Eras tour, dude. Taylor Swift like
True,
does that.
true.
That cost might be going up if she like. I mean,
If
she's
it
the best
keeps
thing that can.
gaining momentum, yeah,
She's the best thing that can happen to the game. Case in point, the WNBA now has chartered flights, and
yeah.
I'm I always like to punch down and make jokes at the expense of like other sexes and like the other sex and all this shit. I'm gonna stop that for a second, which is I'm gonna make fun of the neckbeards who are in the comments, and I was seeing this in the posts in the comments. Oh, you mean the NBA? Like, because it was gonna cost the WNBA $25 million total. Like that's the
Mm.
total of getting the chartered flights out. Like it was kind of approximate that. And everyone in the comments, dudes, I'm looking at you, are saying, "Hey, like well, the guys like the NBA is subsidizing this, and the NBA is losing money on this, and all these things." And it's like,
Come on,
okay,
guys.
we understand the concept that the NBA is subsidizing the game because the NBA is paying it, like is sharing the game and trying to expand the reach to specifically women,
And
and
the
I think
NBA
that
can afford it.
and
Who cares?
I never under. Thank you for saying that because that was my next point too, which is the NBA is not hemorrhaging money like you think. So when they're fronting $25 million for a chartered flight for a WNBA team, the NBA is doing okay. I never under. And this is the same thing as like when people were like, "Well, what is the CEO supposed to do? They're supposed to like take. They can't take a pay cut." It's like, dude, they can afford it. They can afford it.
These guys in the comments, these guys are all these fucking losers who work at Chipotle and shake off the extra meat when they're scooping it on there because they act like it's coming out of their pocket, dude. I'm not worried about the NBA. They'll be
Yeah.
fine. They
Like
can
yeah.
swing it.
And this whole thing like the NBA is losing money. The NBA is doing just fine. The max player in the NBA could actually, quite honestly, front the bill because
Right.
I think someone's making $100 million now. LeBron is like near $1 billion. Luka Doncic is like making a crazy amount of money. The NBA is fine. So I don't want to hear these people in the comments saying the NBA is losing money. It's like, you know what? Whatever. The game needs this. The game we've already expanded the game globally. I just need soccer to be dethroned as the world sport, and I think Caitlin Clark can do this.
That's funny. Hey, I'm happy about Caitlin Clark too. These
Mhm.
flights. That's a big one. The next thing they need to do, they need to eliminate WNBA potlucks, dude. Right now the catering is terrible. The players have to bring their own bag lunches. It's fucked up, dude.
Mhm.
Okay, do better, WNBA.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, Caitlin Clark is WNBA Jesus because she can't. And now the things are being spotlighted, like like we need to kind of elevate this. And quite honestly, good, do it. The season is short already. I mean, it's crazy. To put this in perspective, I feel like the draft happened about a month ago, and they're now in preseason. The NBA,
True.
there is about like a 4 month off season because NBA season is pretty long.
It's a
The
lot.
WNBA season is short, and all of a sudden they did the draft in, let's say, April. The playoffs will come in July, and that's it.
Really?
There's about like it's a short season,
Wow,
dude.
that's really short. I didn't realize that. I
It's a short season.
It's funny. There's so many games in basketball. That's what kept me out of fantasy. I'm like, I can't do this. Too much going on. But they should give them more games. That's weird. Is
82
it a
games in an
budget
NBA
issue?
season. Hmm. I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, I mean, I know the WNBA was not making money, but I mean, eventually, if you want to make money, you got to put money into it. And now the time is now. The golden goose is there. Is a
That's
goose a
true.
woman?
I think they're gonna ride this wave though, and I think there's a lot of like woman power giving this thing gas, and it's great.
Hmm.
Fully
Yeah.
support that, dude. I just hope Caitlin Clark can she can stay golden, dude. You know, doesn't let the fame get to her head because it happens to people. You know who?
Honestly, uh,
Do you
who?
have something? Because I'm gonna transition to something else. That
No,
was my
no.
okay.
Just go, 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 go.
Your boy, dude.
Your
The
boy,
Rock.
The Rock.
Have you heard about The Rock? Have you heard any of this stuff that they're talking about him this week? We have to.
I
I have to bring
let's
it up.
well, let's bring it up and let's
Okay.
talk.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this is my celeb hot goss chapter for this week, right? So, hey, and actually, before I get into that, I just want to pause about something really quick.
Okay.
This reminds me, on other podcasts, I've been hearing people talk about stuff that we already talk about, and that made me proud because I'm like, we're
Hmm.
getting to the hot topics before other people are, and that makes
Hmm.
me feel good, you know, because I don't like recycling stuff. Anywho, I heard this. I heard somebody bring this up, and I started digging up. Anyways, so The Rock, sensational. Everybody loves this guy, right? I think everybody, for the most part, has a good opinion of The Rock.
Hmm.
And I think he started doing all this stuff, right? He's all over the place. He got his tequila brand. He's making all these movies. He made Jumanji. I love Jumanji. It was really good. And then he started making some bad movies, and I feel like he might be spreading himself a little thin, man. So
Hmm.
the recent controversy is talking about that he's kind of a diva, and people don't like working with him anymore. And here's the two issues that I had the most problems with, I guess, is that so I heard that some person was talking about how he's showing up late to set, right? And I think people do that. I think you and I talked about like Madonna or something showing up a couple hours late to a show, right? Which kind of messed up. Apparently, this man is showing up to 8 hours late to set, which
Yeah.
that's the whole workday. You know,
Yeah.
how
Hmm.
long you went to work today? If you
I
showed up
did.
8 hours late, what's there to do? What's there left? You know, like nobody's there.
Yeah. Nope.
You can't do 8 hours. That's too. You
Nope.
could be like maybe 2 hours. You think you're a real big time guy. I think it's going to his head a little bit, bro. Here's the other
Hmm.
problem. Okay, so he he's showing up 8 hours late, and now when he's on the job, he doesn't want to go and use public bathrooms. Okay, so before I get into this next topic, have you ever pissed in a bottle?
Yes.
Are you okay? Yeah, I have
Hmm.
too.
Hmm.
Was it
Yeah.
in dire circumstances, or like what drives you to do such a thing?
Well, are you asking specifically for a bottle, or are you looking for just a cup? Because most recently, I did this about a year ago.
In a cup?
In a fountain cup, from Chick-fil-A.
Okay, well, hey,
And
I
it
don't
was
want to
it
put
was
you on blast, but doing it in a cup is it's a little dicey. I think. I guess if you're gonna toss it right out, it's fine. But apparently, this
yeah.
man
Hmm.
pees only in Voss glass water bottles specifically, and then there's a PA, the piss assistant, that needs to come
Hmm.
over
Yeah. Nice. I got
and
like that.
dispose of his bottle of Voss pee. And
Hmm.
that's what they're doing. And I think that's got to not feel good. I know if you're a PA, you got to do a lot of grunt work. You got to deal
Hmm.
with a lot of shit, right? But like I don't want to be carrying a hot bottle of piss from The Rock. It's
Uh,
disgusting. I think it's uncalled for. And it's like you can't show up 8 hours late and be pissing in a bottle to save time. You know, like you're already 8 hours late, bro.
you're you're
You
already
already
8 hours
fucked it
late.
all up.
So is he taking a piss in the Voss bottle because he's late and he doesn't want to lose any more time, or is he so specific that he needs to piss into a Voss bottle? Otherwise, he has tinkle issues.
I I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe he likes the opening on the Voss water bottle. It just fits
Yeah.
just right. I don't understand. But apparently, yeah, if there's no like specific VIP bathroom for him wherever he is, in the jungle doing Jumanji 4 or whatever,
Mhm.
he just goes and pees in a bottle and gives it to somebody. Which begs the question, why not just pee in a bush or something? Like why do it in a bottle and give it to someone? That just feels like it feels demeaning.
I feel like, and again, this is gonna just coming straight from the gut here. Is I feel like this is a slander piece because I feel like he might be a diva to work with, and there's this whole thing. Was it Red Notice or something with Was it Ryan Gosling
They didn't
or
like each other. And Ryan Gosling is a treasure.
he's a
No,
treasure.
no. It's the other one. The one who owns the soccer team who was Deadpool. What's his name?
Ryan Reynolds.
He's the one who does not like The Rock, and they had a big issue.
I feel like putting the fact that he pisses into a Voss bottle is so exact that I feel like it has to be made up.
I think it's a plant
if I
from Voss.
Yeah, it's like what they're doing is they're trying to throw slander. Like, what's the most craziest thing we can do to make sure that this is so crazy that it has to be believable? It's a Voss bottle, and
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. I have another piece
okay.
of evidence.
Oh,
So,
let's do it. Let's do it.
so this comes straight from The Rock in an interview. Okay, he was telling somebody how when he's working out and he's so into it, and they don't always have bathrooms in the gym that he's working out on, which I don't know. He's at a gym in the sky or something. I don't know where this gym is that doesn't have a bathroom, but he also pisses in bottles when he's working out because sometimes he there's no bathroom, so he just pees in a bottle. So he is a self-proclaimed bottle peer.
Yeah.
Okay, and now it's coming back around. So it's like I think he just thinks this is commonplace, and everybody else is looking at him like, "What the fuck?" Because I would only pee in a car if I'm like stuck in traffic, or I mean, not pee in a bottle. I'm stuck in traffic. It's an emergency or something, right? Like, but I'm not just gonna do it if there's a bathroom 2-minute walk away.
Yeah. Well then that
Now, what do you say?
way to piss on my point, dude. I well, I mean, as a person who grew up loving The Rock
Yeah.
and for everything that he was in the WWF, now WWE, it's it just the claim to fame has taken your ego,
Do an
the
eyebrow.
people's eyebrow. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
I used
like
to
that.
do
That's
that.
good.
I used to do it really good in elementary school, and all my friends thought it was dope. I used to like him a lot too.
Um, but well, let's do a sidebar here. So when was the last time you pissed in a bottle?
Gosh, it has to be years. And now that I'm in my 30s, I'm a better planner, you know? And I
Hmm.
also go more frequently because I'm like, oh, fuck, gotta hit the road. Need to get one and hit the bathroom before we leave,
Yeah.
y'all. I
Um,
plan.
One time, the most recent time this happened was about a year and a half ago. We went to the Hollywood Bowl, me and the Guatemalan, and on the way back, we didn't park near. We took an Uber to our car because we parked off site, and I had to piss. But leaving the bowl, you couldn't go anywhere because you're just being herded out like
I
cattle
hate that.
into Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, I think I'll be fine. Then the Uber took forever, and it was killing me. And all of a sudden, we finally got the Uber. We got to the car, and I really had to piss, and I couldn't make it and hold it anymore. And I said, I'm gonna have to piss in this garage. The problem was I didn't want to be seen, just pissing in the garage. So what I did was I found a Chick-fil-A cup that I had in my car. Thank God I didn't throw it away.
Yeah.
And Chick-fil-A, the regular size is a regular size, the standard. So it's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I had more in the tank than the cup could hold.
Oh, no, that's the problem. That's why it's
I
a dice roll. Yeah.
I underestimated. I probably filled up about 20 ounces. And when I realized it, I had to ditch the cup and I had to just go rogue and piss in the garage. And I tried to avoid that. I was very proud.
Gosh.
I was
Yeah,
very
that's a
proud.
big one, actually. That's true.
Yeah.
On a side note, as a dude, hey, that's pretty good.
There is something to be said about when you take a piss for an extremely long time. I love that. It's a very cathartic feeling, and you don't really until you take a pee test or you have to pee in a Chick-fil-A cup, you don't realize how warm your piss really is. You just
Yeah,
don't know it. You don't
it's
know it.
body temp, dude. Surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a couple people in the chat. So I'd be saving them bottles and slanging them on eBay. So true. There's somebody
Yeah.
could be making a profit off of this. We make it seem like a bad thing, but maybe he is on eBay selling rock piss, right?
The
That could
the
be
the
it.
PA could actually be flipping the bottles. It's like, I mean, there's a buyer for that one. It's like when I wanted to buy the on eBay the donuts that Ariana Grande licked.
Yeah,
I looked for them. I wanted them.
you would have bought it.
I need it. I got it. like like
Right.
7 rings.
Baby. Hmm.
I would have gotten those donuts. I saw her lick the donuts. I said, "That's disgusting. Where is this place so I can go into the dumpster?" And I got there too late. They were gone. I was bummed out.
We have somebody else in the chat. I have pissed on myself a few times. Should have just let it rip in the Uber. Hey, man, it's a tough choice. You know, I think the bottle is a desperate measure. I do remember one time I was hanging out in a garage also,
Hmm.
leaving my work at the van store. And, you know, the boys would all hang out after a while, like those late shifts, and just
Yeah.
smoke or whatever. And I had to pee, and the bottle was locked. So I used the bottle. But then after I finished, I poured it out. And then one of my coworkers was like, "Why did you pour it out? What the hell, dude?" And I'm like, "Well, what am I gonna do? Keep a bottle of piss in my car? Like, what do you want from me?"
But
And I
well, you
remember that.
did you keep the bottle?
No, I threw it in the trash.
Then why dump it?
It was a question. I think I did it in the car in the bottle because I was embarrassed or whatever. You know, and it doesn't really add up now. It's a confusing memory.
Hmm.
But yeah, was it wrong to pour it out? I didn't want to just leave a bottle there too. That's disgusting. I don't know.
Well, you would have thrown it out, wouldn't you?
Like with it all in there? Ah.
Yeah.
We're straying too far from the path here now. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's a tricky world out there, you know.
I will take a minute to say what up, Rosie. That's Rosie from the Not Another Monday podcast
Nice.
in the
Welcome.
chat. So it's a reunion.
We love that.
Spoiler, we might be having her on as a guest, depending
yeah.
on when schedules happen. So I can have my now current girlfriend meet my ex-girlfriend.
It might be a little awkward. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm friendly. It's all good. We should do it.
We're gonna be like the evolved couple. Like, you want to get to know the ex because that's just what it is.
Yeah, we need to raise these kids right, dude. You know,
Mhm.
we gotta
No.
make sure. This is weird.
That's
funny.
Um, what do you prefer, a glass or a bottle to pee in? Bottle.
Bottle.
Well, I'm a sucker for glass.
No, dude, the bottle you can close it up.
Shit.
It's just a functionality thing.
No, I mean, like, is it a function? Like, I'm drinking out of a glass bottle right now. My San Pelli.
Drinking
It's a
is
glass bottle.
glasses are better. Drinking. I'm just saying for just peeing quickly and disposing. It's a bottle. A bottle I think is gonna win. Anyways, look, I think The Rock should be condemned for giving people bottles of pee. That's how I want to wrap up this this segment. I think it's wrong. And I still am willing to give The Rock a chance. Still, I'm willing to forgive him. He should stop saying yes to every movie that people tell him to be in, though. He needs to be a little more selective. That's all.
Well, I mean, eventually you become so big, dude. You're just a money-making machine. What is he supposed to do? He can't say no. He just wants to be. Not to say that's right. I'm just like, this guy's addicted to the fame and the
I
money.
used to love when The Rock would just post what he was eating, and I would see him eating like entire boats of sushi on Fridays because that was his cheat day. I love that version of The Rock. He was just like getting fit and hanging out with his kids and making Jumanji. And now he got into the tequila game, and I think he's trying to be all slick. He's doing that show Ballers. He's just, I don't know. I think he's gonna turn into a villain by the time we get older, but we'll see.
There was-
Oh, go.
Really quickly, there was, Sean Evans from Hot Ones.
Mm-hmm.
Before Hot Ones, I saw him and I knew I recognized him from somewhere. He was working for, I don't know, like Vice or Complex. I think it was Complex. And he did this video where he ate like The Rock for a day. And he did like whatever The Rock ate. And
It's a lot.
it was a lot, dude. And I feel like it's not the eating competition I want, but I kind of want to do it just to see if I can do it.
Yeah.
But like the plot twist in Sean Evans eating like The Rock was he hates fish, like absolutely doesn't like fish. So when he was eating the fish bowl because he stuck to it, he started gagging and throwing up. And I was like, I think I could do it. I can eat the meals.
I could hang in there, yeah, unless he's eating like pho, but I don't see him doing that, right? So I think we're good. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think I could do it. The thing is, though, The Rock is like 3 times my size probably, so he could just pack it in. I'd be at a disadvantage there. Anyways, I also wanted to ask you, did you watch The Roast? Did you see that?
I saw clips of it. I didn't see the roast.
I watched the whole thing.
You watched? It's 3 hours long, dude.
I know. Well,
What
I was
the
just
fuck?
chilling at home playing Fallout, and I'm like, I'm tired of listening to this 50s music. So I put on the roast. Honestly, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, as usual, the comedians were the funniest, right? Like there was like some awkward deliveries there because it's a bunch of football players and stuff. Bill
Mhm.
Belichick was. I mean, I don't want to
Mhm.
spoil it, but it's like
It's
everybody
it's a
fucking
roast.
whatever.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
he's gonna be there. Bill Belichick was there, and I actually thought he was pretty funny, dude. He was
mhm,
like he showed some humanity. He was laughing and smiling. There was a
mhm.
lot of jokes there at his expense, right? Of course, it was pretty funny, dude. He was good.
Yeah.
Um, Also, Drew Bledsoe. That's the quarterback that was there before Tom Brady. For those who don't know, this man
Mhm.
was a savage, dude. I was so surprised because he just looks like this like generic white dude, right? And he's just a football player. I've never heard much from him. And I mean, of course, he had a team of writers put that together, but he was pretty good.
Yeah.
He came out swinging, bro. It was really fun. Tom Brady seemed a little. I don't know. I think when you're the goat, again, this is the same thing with The Rock. Like, I think it just goes to your head because at the end, he wasn't as funny as he was just kind of like smug. I didn't really like that. He was like, "Well, I'm fucking Tom Brady and I'm too busy. You're lucky." He told somebody, "You're lucky if I even send you a text." And I'm like, I don't think it's funny. I think he's kind of being a douche right now, you
Yeah.
know. But I don't know if that's
Well,
just my hate for Tom Brady, you know, as the goat.
I think it's fine to hate him because I'm very back and forth with Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I think he's not like my favorite person in the world, but you have to commend the grind and the
for
there is
sure.
some when you he in his Tom Brady documentary or whatever it was, he was rewatching the clip of him running the 40 and he ran like a newborn giraffe, all kind of like
Yeah,
all fucking like out of whack and everything. And this guy, instead of like laughing, he's crying. And he's crying because like this is like so embarrassing. I was like, we know how the story ends, dude. You have 6 championship rings. This is kind of like a pretty big deal. But he fucking hates it and he wants more. And it's gone
yeah.
it's gone to the deep end where he lost his family over it, which I kind of respect. And there's that kind of aspect of it that I respect Tom Brady. I was like, dude, that's cool.
Man is
Um,
dedicated.
He's dedicated, dude. I mean, Kevin Hart said it best. Like he left his wife to get divorced to go 8-6. I was
That was
like, damn.
so good, dude. There was a lot of those like they were hitting him pretty hard with the divorce and the family shit, and I was like,
Yeah,
fuck. Even I was like, dude, this is pretty rough. And I love roast. I love watching people rip on
yeah.
each other. But the divorce stuff, I was like, God, just he's dead
Mm.
already. You know?
And Tom Brady looks like, um, he looks like a weird version of Tom Brady with all like the face work that he's done.
Yeah. He's
He
got like
looks
an
like
uncanny valley thing going on. He's a little weird.
yeah, and that's what makes him more unlikable. If he just
Yeah.
aged like he's a piece of shit. But who's the Green Bay quarterback that's suing people for calling him a piece of shit?
Brett Favre or Aaron
Brett Favre.
Rodgers? They're
Brett
both
Favre.
they're both something about Green Bay, man. It's something in the air over
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
But I think Brett Favre aged like a man. He just
Yeah.
looks like a dude, and I
He
think
turned
that's where
gray.
like yeah, he
Hmm.
just turned gray. Tom Brady was fighting father time for the last 8 years, and he's still fighting it with the Botox and everything.
He blames it on his weird diet of cucumbers and foraged nuts, you know? So he's eating weird shit.
Dude, that's the shit that gave like Steve Jobs cancer.
Hmm.
Eating whatever and pliability. But honestly, he just looks like a fucked up version of himself, and that's what makes him the unlikable part. I mean, there's plenty. Like he kisses his kid on the lips, and
I'm so surprised nobody touched it. Why? Is it too weird?
I
No
think that
one
well,
said anything.
it's because it's probably written in like you can't talk about it. Like
Oh,
this is
yeah,
the
he
agreement.
probably, yeah. The
Yeah,
writer.
you have to green light certain things, and he didn't green light that. So I'm pretty sure there was with everything that was said, when Nikki Glazer
She was
fucking
so funny.
ripped into Gronk
Yeah.
and said Bitcoin is when he just starts chewing on coins. I was like,
Bag of
damn,
nickels,
dude.
right, dude?
Like I
She's so
fuck.
funny. She has a special coming out on HBO either this weekend or something. Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it, and it's funny because I was listening to Tiger Belly, and she was saying I'm gonna
Mm.
get more success because of the roast. People will watch another thing, and I'm like, you're right, I will. I might
Mm.
even see her at the store. I thought she was really funny.
The
She was
roast
a
is a
highlight.
gateway drug for like a lot of comedians because
Hmm.
like I mean you can still be a successful comedian without the roast, but the roast will put you on the map
It's a particular type of comedy, you know. Like
It
I
is.
couldn't see Jerry Seinfeld up there roasting people, right?
No,
But
he's
like
not.
you gotta go for the jugular out there, dude.
The giant jacket in the chat, which Rosie hates. I can I say this about the
Please.
jacket? I started sometimes I really like when and NFL players do this a lot when they're playing in Green Bay and they put the jacket over them like James Brown puts the cape on. They don't put their arms through the holes. I
Hmm.
think that's really cool and I kind of do that from time to time. I put it over my shoulders and I don't put my arms through the
Your own
sleeves.
jackets?
My own
I
jackets.
think that's kind of feminine, dude. I don't do that.
No, it's like I feel like Darth Vader or Palpatine.
If
And
it's
it's like
like a cape or something, yeah.
yeah.
But
Oh, I pretend it's
I'm
a
not
cloak
putting
and I
my
just put it
own
over.
bomber on, and because I feel like then you have to be like this. You gotta go like this after you put the jacket over just your shoulders. You have to have your arms tucked, you know. And
I
it's
like
a
it, dude.
little okay. Hey,
And
live your
that's
best life, bro. I'm happy for you.
mhm.
You know, not
Yeah.
everything has to be a pissing contest, Vic. Right? It's okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I kind of stand with the putting over my
I'll
shoulders. I
give it a
like that.
shot. I'll
Do
give it a
it.
shot.
Do it when you go out tonight or tomorrow or wherever that is.
Okay.
Um, I want to do a story, but I see selling your username, and I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah. So, well, I'll be fast. I feel like I've been dominating the topics today, so I'll make this
Dude,
one quick, okay?
let
Not
him
that it's
cook.
fun. Yeah, yeah. So listen. So I was on Reddit today and I saw this post about I don't know, some billionaire dude. He owns like a tree trimming company in Tennessee or some shit. I don't know, but they're billionaires. So he married some chick and she's an influencer, right? Quote unquote. She has like
Mm.
14,000 followers, which is pretty light by today's standards. But anyway, she reached out to somebody who had her username because her username used to be like Caitlyn Smith or whatever. And then when she got married, she changed her name. So she hit up the person in the DMs who had her username with her new last name, saying, "Hey, I just married this billionaire, and I was wondering if you would be willing to sell me your username because, and I'm an influencer. I want to do this thing." Mind you, the person she's reaching out to is just like some random person. She doesn't post much. She just puts stuff on her story, right?
Mhm.
And so this person, knowing this, said, well, I just Googled it, and it says that I could get banned from Instagram. So I'm going to say no. I took issue with this because I think you're not even gonna throw out a number. Can you imagine if somebody said, "Hey, I just married a billionaire who owns the Coke fortune or whatever, and I want to buy your username, Lark Me. So
Mhm.
what's up?" And you're just gonna say, "Oh, I could get banned from Instagram, so I'm gonna say no." Are you kidding me? Throw a number out there. She could have got
Throw it.
20
Yeah.
grand overnight.
Throw a number out there. I will do you one better. There is some K-pop artist who go like I don't know. They have to be named Mark Lee, but I've had Lark Me forever. Lark Me
Mm,
was my name on Napster.
wow.
Uh, I think Lark Me is your god was my Napster name. That's how like it's I've had it forever. And
Yeah.
when I Instagram first opened, because I've been fortunate enough to get on certain platforms early in the game, Lark
Yeah.
Me was mine for the taking. And I feel like there's a Korean pop star, it has to be K-pop or something. I don't know where they do the thing with the fingers like this.
The heart.
Yeah, it's not BTS, but there is a Lark Me fan club. And if Lark Me, I'm looking at you want to buy this Instagram name, I'm not above selling it. We can talk.
What would it take you? How little money would it take you to give that up?
See,
Realistically.
I don't want to show like my all my
Ah,
cards
it's
because I
true.
feel like this could be something, but I would say minimum 20,000.
Man, really? Okay, yeah, I see what you're doing. I respect that. 20,000, that's a good number. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, 20,000.
if this dude's a billionaire, like yeah, the sky is the limit here, you know? And I'm
Hmm.
just a little disappointed in Caitlyn, whatever her face, whatever her name is, because if you're just posting stories, you could change that shit any day. You know what I mean? Make your
Yeah.
username whatever you want. I don't care.
Well, that
You could buy a
she hit up,
car, whatever.
like the influencer hit up the wrong person because this person is so unengaged with Instagram. She had to go on Google or Yahoo.com and say, and she's like, "Wait a minute, can I do this?" And she read the terms and conditions. Anyone
Who
who
does
reads the
that?
terms can anyone who reads the T and C's, is a problem child because you're not gonna get like it works in their favor, but it also works against everyone else because they have to wait and stop and be like, oh, this person reads the contracts. This person is
They're
just by the
square.
books.
Yeah.
Square, bro.
I was flabbergasted by that number. I'm like, or by that story. I was just like, dude, I wish somebody wanted my stupid username on Instagram. Could you imagine? I would give it away in an instant, probably for too little, but I would get something for it.
Mm.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
the name of the game here is you need to go early, and the next social media, um, like launch that comes out, download it. Doesn't even matter, and then your nickname, your username is Ariana Grande,
I was at Elon Musk, right?
The Rock,
Get all of
and
them.
just do it.
Mhm.
And if it takes off, you have the usernames. Will they buy it from you? I think that works. How do you feel about spoilers? Like, do you like when things are spoiled for you?
No, absolutely not.
You're against it.
I want to go into things just blind. You know,
Yeah.
depends on what it is.
Okay.
If it's like something that's been out for 10 years, I'm like, I don't give a shit. But if it's,
No, something in real time. Like
yeah,
you're watching something, you're reading something, and someone tells you a spoiler. How do you feel?
that pisses me off. Like if somebody spoiled Fallout, I'd have been so mad. Or Shogun. I just finished both of those and I was in,
Mhm.
bro, live.
Yeah. Uh, well, someone is on the same page as you. Maybe takes it to the next level. Kyoto government worker assaults coworker for spoiling popular manga series at the office. Just from his name, you'd expect the Kyoto District Legal Affairs Bureau (UG) branch to be somewhere in which all employees have a strong respect for law and order. The office handles things like maintaining family registries and processing the legal paperwork for things like real estate purchases and the establishment of new businesses. So, following proper procedures should be pretty much baked into the atmosphere. And yet, a manager at the branch found one of his subordinates' conduct so inexcusable, so utterly reprehensible that he felt compelled to put a stop to it as quickly as possible, even if that meant resorting to violence. So the manager, a man in his 50s, grabbed his 20-something subordinate by the chest and kicked him around the waist. And the reason why is because he spoiled the latest chapters of a manga. He was spoiling Oshi no Ko, which anime adaptation can be seen in a preview video above, one of the most popular currently ongoing manga series. So, a 50-year-old, is he's not even throwing hands. It's probably worse than throwing hands because this is such like this is monkey rage because like
kicked somebody.
you're so angry. You're like, I don't know what to do to you. I'm gonna grab you, and now I'm even more angry, and I'm gonna start kicking you in the waist. This dude like just took him to fucking ass kicking country, dude.
Hey man, I don't condone violence, but I get it. I get it. I've wanted to kick somebody for various things. I don't
Mhm.
know if I would do that if somebody spoiled something for me. Depends how invested I was. If this was like a 500 issue long manga and it's the last thing and he ruined it, that might piss me off enough to kick somebody, dude. I don't know,
Well,
man.
I guarantee you this is how the thing went, which was it wasn't just the 20-year-old person saying, "Oh my God, can you believe insert Japanese hentai name here died?" It was this person was catching wind that this person read it, and he kept teasing along. Oh, and then this happens, and then this
Yeah,
happens, and the guy's like, "Dude, shut the fuck up! Shut
right.
the fuck up!" And eventually, there was one spoiler that broke the camel's back, and he did it to push buttons. And I know this because I'm a button pusher too. I
Hmm.
don't fuck with the spoilers actually. Like that's one thing. There's a very fine line. I will like very few things I'll step over or cross the lines.
Mm.
I don't cross spoilers. I kind of just don't do that. Um,
I think
and
TV and movies is like the it's what people have to make it okay at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
yeah,
When like they hate their job, they're gonna go home and then watch this thing that they're excited about and they're looking forward to it. To spoil that, to take that from them, is really something.
yeah. I mean, we're all on we're on the job that we're pushing here. No one wants to be here. The joy in life, you're right, is to read this manga,
Yeah.
and he hasn't seen it yet or he hasn't read it yet. And this guy's 50, so he's been through a lot. and he's seen a lot of mangas, and
He's
he
out of
obviously
Fox,
loves this
dude.
one. And he just was not down with that. Have you ever spoiled something for somebody, unintentionally or intentionally?
Probably. I mean, I think I'm pretty like aware of it. I think
Mhm.
that I had to have spoiled something, but I think like I just put a time limit on it. If this thing is older than 10 years, I'm just gonna talk about it. I don't really care
Yeah.
usually, unless
Yeah.
it's something that has like a really particular ending that's like
Yeah.
like a twist, you know. But it's like I think we can all talk about, I see dead people, right? Everybody knows
Mhm.
that. Like there's certain ones that are just kind of, but I wouldn't ruin like the end of something for someone that I knew was a big deal.
And
It's
Darth
just
Vader is this dude's dad, Luke Skywalker's dad.
see those are
Yeah.
like those are part of our culture already, right? But it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
but like something more recent, like even like Game of Thrones, like if someone's watching it, I don't just talk about the ending, without checking with them first. I think it's just
Mhm.
common courtesy.
It is. In high school, and maybe I didn't really understand the meaning of the movie or the ending, but I interpret it as Neo died in the Matrix in Matrix 3.
Hmm. I don't
And
even remember
I,
the Matrix 3, dude. It's been a long time. Sorry,
yeah,
go
and
on.
well, I remember putting in my AIM away message, OMFG Neo dies. And I put in my away message, and people could read the away message, and they saw that, and I thought it was funny at the time. I've grown a lot since then.
Yeah.
I did do that. Um, there was a spoiler. Someone's Xbox gamer tag, and I met him through Overwatch or something. His gamer tag was Han Solo dies.
Damn. See, that's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler, and it's like
But
it was
when
recent too.
is the
Hmm.
question. But it's still. Can we get one of our mods to to deal to deal with this person?
Hold up.
Timeout.
Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots, etc. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Flexible and convenient order management panel, chat panel. Everything is in your hands. A huge number of custom settings. Go to Stream Rise.
Hey,
I
you know
gave him a
what?
plug. I mean, honestly, like they cared about what we did
They wrote a
to come
nice long
here.
message. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're digging through the channels here, but I think we're
honestly,
good.
that's a lot more than what some people have been doing. We need our street team to rise up here and download. But Rosie, thanks for
I called
for
people out
banning.
on Instagram today to give us a follow. What the hell? So we'll see if it works.
You
If not,
did,
I'm gonna
huh?
have to do more guerrilla tactics to get people to start following our stuff.
Mhm. I'm gonna
But
start
now
doing. I'm
we're on
gonna start
TikTok
doing.
now. Hmm,
You were on TikTok now. I'm gonna start doing push-ups in my stories now and just like see if that gets traction.
people like that.
I'm still trying to game the system here. You know the game in the system.
Push-ups.
It well push-ups, but I mean like I do the whole. I post the story of us and then I start posting other things randomly. I'm like, come
Hmm.
on, dude, let's go, let's go, let's go. Waiting for a claim to fame.
See, I did that today. I've been at post, and then I did a video of birds on the beach, and then we're back to the pod. So
Yeah,
it's just about layering it.
yeah, we're
Mm,
we're deep like that.
yeah.
Here's a headline I'll read for you. Bear dragged crash victim's body from car in woods off Massachusetts, highway police say. Kind of a
Yikes.
bummer way to go.
Yeah.
A bear is believed to have dragged the body of a Western Massachusetts crash victim out of his car on Sunday, state police say. Investigators say 31-year-old Daniel Ducarme of South Hadley was likely killed as a result of a crash on Route 91 south in Hartfield. Police said the evidence suggests he was either fully ejected or partially ejected and later dragged from the car by the bear. Another driver called police at 11 a.m. on Sunday, and when they noticed a car in the woods of the side of the road, troopers found a heavily damaged 2016 Honda Civic among the trees. Eventually, they get in the story and say that he died technically in the car accident, which,
How do they know?
well, I mean, Dexter, like you can kind of see like
Yeah.
the CSI, but I think, I kind of agree with you, which is I think they do that for the sake of the family
Yeah. They did that for the
because
people.
yeah, like it's one thing to die from a car accident like that, but like to know that you were in your last life, your last stand in Call of Duty terms, and all of a sudden a bear drags you, you're done, dude.
Can you
When I read that,
imagine?
when I read the headline, I was thinking that bear is so heroic for saving him.
What a
That's
we
where
need more bears like that in the world.
that's where my
We're good Samaritan bears.
That's where my mind went. I was like, dude, this bear saved a guy. I mean, we see all these things where like a kid falls in the zoo and a gorilla saves the kid, from time to time,
Yeah.
and they push him back, and like, the mom gorilla like takes care of the kid, and I thought that's where my head went.
You were thinking about good Samaritans. I got the puns today.
Dude,
Dude, I mean, honestly, though, think about like, because when you get in a car accident, you're trashed, right? You're all busted up. You're wasted.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're just laying there and you can't move probably, right? You're just dazed and you're just waiting for someone to come up in another car and be like, hey, you're good, bro. I'm calling the cops. Except it's a bear. Fuck. Terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, like hearing all that with the bear, it just gives me pause.
Nice. Look at us. All right.
Yeah. Bear puns. People are playing in the chat already, dude. He was barely conscious.
Nice.
They died from smoke inhalation. Inhaling.
I don't think that one's a pun.
Yeah. Well, Smokey the Bear. Smokey the Bear.
Oh, yeah. Okay. True.
Only you can die from car exhaust fumes.
Right. Thanks, Smokey.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very grisly story.
Oh, man. You're good.
Yeah. I know, dude.
I'm thinking, and I'm just at a loss here.
I'm just going into the
Not as
bare
punny as you
necessities.
are. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm punned out, dude. I'm bear punned
Are
out.
you?
I think so.
I'm just well, I was gonna say it didn't make any sense of the story, but like when you're wearing something sexy, I'm wearing my teddy.
Just throw it out there anyway, dude.
Yeah, no, that's kind of
Okay.
as far as I got here. You think I'd know with more Build-A-Bear?
Yeah, you
puns.
think you'd have them just locked and loaded, man, ready.
Yeah, it's not very possum of me.
Do you like that? Just straight face.
Well, I mean, yeah. Again, is it the black bear that you need to be afraid of, or is it the brown bear?
It's the brown ones.
It's the brown one. If it's black, run, or is it? No, if it's black bear, you have to act bigger than you
If
are.
it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, good night. That's what they say.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. I've
Okay.
actually chased a black bear out of a campsite before.
You chased a black bear.
Yep.
So the black bears are the bitches of the bears.
They are.
Okay. Now tell the story. What's going on here?
Well-
What was the bear doing in this, and what did you do?
So I used to go as a camp counselor with the YMCA to various campsites. We had some in Big Bear. Those ones you don't really see bears there, surprisingly. But there was also a campsite in Mammoth. And that's
Yeah.
the one where all the bears are. There's a shitload of bears in Mammoth. And so you would see them like in town, just like wandering around. Sometimes they come into the campsite. And it was like a pretty big campsite. There was like a building in the middle where we eat. All the food is there and stuff. But they used to tell the kids, do not bring food. You have to lock all the food in this thing. It was a whole process. And so I was like 16 or 17 at the time, which, mind you, you weren't allowed to be a camp counselor at Mammoth if you were 16 or 17 because some of the kids were 16 or 17 or like 18. We brought like adults there as well as children, and we would take them all around. But I was like kind of in with the leaders or whatever, so they let me come as a younger guy. Anyways, one night a bear was in our campsite and it cut open one of the kids' tents and started like going for their like toothpaste or they had some snack or something. And once the bears are in camp, they just start roaming around. And I was up late because I was like, we would just stay up all night fucking around and like nobody really cared. And anyway, my buddy Terry, who was like a mentor of mine and one of the directors, he's like, run to the dining hall and grab pots and pans and actually no, he was at the dining hall and I ran over to him to help him because I saw him fighting the bear, or like fucking with the bear. And he said, go into the hall and he got mad at me for running up to him because you're not supposed to do that, I guess. I was excited. And I went and got pots and pans. And me and Terry and this other dude chased the bear like around in circles because if you make noise and throw rocks at them, they just like kind of walk 20 feet away, but they don't actually leave because they don't know what's going on. So we were basically just chasing this bear around, throwing shit at him and making a bunch of noise like in the middle of the night for I don't know. It took like an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said, don't ever do that again. Don't run up to me when I'm, standing off with a bear. I guess it's bad for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, you know what? I had a story to tell, and
Mhm.
and I feel like I felt pretty badass, dude.
I saw a coyote right near my apartment yesterday,
Mm.
and that is not a good thing for my area. I mean,
Yeah, they're in the
I'm not
hills.
kind of. I'm not too far from like Griffith Park technically, but it's just weird to see a coyote in the area.
Yeah.
And I was driving back and I was coming home from the gym early, like it was like 7:30 in the morning, humble brag, and I saw a coyote walking around and he was looking extra sus, dude. He was just
Yeah.
like, because
They kind of
recently,
slink around.
yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah.
He was looking for something. His head was going around a corner looking because there's cats that have been in my area, and I don't know if the owners have been letting the cats out or they're stray cats. I was like, I actually I Googled it, or I went on Yahoo.com,
The best source for
and
news.
I the best source for news, and I looked it up, and they said if you see a coyote, you have to just. I thought it was interesting, which was they said you have to get big and scare it and throw rocks in at the vicinity of the coyote, but don't throw at it because you don't want to hurt the wildlife. But
Well, then it's like, all right, bro, it's on. If you actually make contact, I think it's throwing hands with you, dude.
the coyote, no, the coyote is scared of you. The
Yeah,
coyote's throwing Los Manos, but like,
yeah,
hey, you got to square up like World Star.
yeah.
But yeah, and it said something really interesting, which was if they find easy prey, they're going to be coming back
Yeah.
because they know that they can kind of pick things off here and there. So you have to make sure that your loved pets are in a
Bring
safe
them
place
inside.
because the coyote will get it.
That's true. I never really fuck with coyotes. I remember at the campsites too, there would be a lot of coyotes, but it's funny because
Mhm.
like they always seemed like they were going to some meeting or something. Like there'd be a couple of them, and they'd just walk straight through camp, but they're just like they're going. And I would look at
Mhm.
them and make a noise. They would look at me, and they would just go right back to what they're doing. Like I never had any confrontations with them,
Mhm.
but I've seen a lot of coyotes. Maybe I'm like wrong because I feel like I'm like I just kind of leave them alone. I don't really care. But
Yeah, I just
bears, you got to get them the hell out of there
I mean,
because
seeing
they'll
the
fuck up
coyote,
your
I
shit.
just wasn't when saw the coyote, I was like, how do these people get illegal aliens across the border? They're not that big.
They are
That's
surprisingly
great.
small.
They're surprising, but I guess they're really strong.
They're crafty.
I'll end the show right now, but it looks like there's an update in the story. It's like when the cops found the bears, the bear was looking very zen. Apparently, his name was Yogi Bear.
Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty good. How are you talking and thinking of this at the same time, though, man? You really got a gift.
No, I stopped listening to you as I'm talking,
Oh,
and I just
that's what
start
you're
thinking about
doing.
next. Yeah, it's like as in true improv,
Yeah.
I just tune out what you're saying, and
See, I'm over here active listening like a dumbass, nodding along for
like
what?
like the Japanese hi
Yeah,
hi.
yeah. Hi, hi, hi.
Whoa, do you think the spoiler when the guy was telling the spoilers, the guy was acknowledging the spoiler? Like,
Probably.
yeah, start telling me the spoilers in pieces. Like, let's slowly build up the spoilers. Let's reenact this right now.
Yeah. So he finally gets to the big bad's base and he's
Hi,
working his way in.
hi,
Okay.
stop it.
And he goes
Like,
upstairs
hi,
and
stop.
he sees his wife.
Hi, stop. Oh, that's a good improv game. We'll just do Japanese acknowledgement.
Yeah, we can work on it. That sounds fun.
Oh, TikTok, we're gonna go viral with that one. Man, I think that's a good place to end. Victor, where can they find us?
Guys, we are to live and talk in LA. In LA, you can find us every Wednesday on Twitch and YouTube at 7:30. We finally got our social media figured out as well. We're doing Instagram and we're doing TikTok officially. So please give us a follow. We started our account a couple days ago on TikTok and we have a hilarious reel ready for your consumption. So give it a look.
Oh, we're gonna be upgrading, dude. We're like
Yeah.
Beyonce upgrade you.
Hmm.
You're gonna be seeing some changes coming up in the next week or so.
That's
So
right.
we can't wait to make it happen. And guys, we'll see you next week. Peace.